Ladies and gentlemen, we do understand the government's worry about that by making awarding events it's going to destroy the essential of art. But we doubt that. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to clarify that the reason of this awarding session is not to destroy the essential of art, but to appreciate those artists' effort and give them motivation to compete so that they can push themselves to be better version since we know how great is the human ego's impact. And this could give changes and developments in the world of art that are not always stuck in the same style and continue to have changes in everyone's preference. And we strongly oppose if we are omit awards and recognitions in the artistic and or creative fields since it means that we are neglecting artists or creative workers. This could lead into social conflicts that could trigger chaos because we omit the award in artistic session but we still have the award for science section. It's not about the comparison, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the appreciation. And we top the government statements that this awarding isn't fair or faulty, since we know that every awards have given their own segmentation for each individual preference, such as the best album, the most popular album, the best record, and it's not always about the fans. So we don't find any faultiness in here. And about several cases of fraud in these awarding events like the white always win or something, we don't close our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. We really understand we really understand this, but that doesn't mean we have to abolish awards. The one who wrong here is the system, not the event. Next about the artists Next, about the artists who feel they are a failure and become stressful because of this event. I think it's out of our reach to handle this case since it's related to their own mental issue and it's irrelevant to put this issue in this case. So back to the topic, ladies and gentlemen, this current status quo is enough. We don't have to abolish things or whatsoever in awarding events, whether it's about art, science, or technology because awarding even exists to motivate or encourage and also appreciate its award recipients in their own sectors based on their passion. Awarding events exists to appreciate their efforts, to appreciate their hard work in making new innovations in every existing field, whether it's art, music, mathematics, biology, health, or social science. Everyone deserves to be appreciated. That's why what we need in this situation is not abolish the awarding session or event in art or creative fields, but creating a better system in awarding events to make sure that there is no faultiness or unfairness in the awarding event and in the awarding event. And what about those who are not enough to achieve it? Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We now live in the digital era. There are a lot of social media platforms who can give them appreciation to their art according to each types of preference about art. And they can also get prize or money from that platform such as Patreon or Tractor. Those can help some of underrated artists to get a lot of appreciation. What we wanted here, ladies and gentlemen, is not comparing or ruining the essential of art itself. What we wanted is create a world when they are can get appreciation, when they can get support from all people around the world in each sector of their passion because we don't want any chaos happen and I think there is no urgency to abolish the awarding or recognitions events in the artistic or creative field because the status quo is enough and we need to do and what we need to do is to fix and create a better system of awarding to avoid unfairness. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell why it's justified to keep this awarding event, and I would like to portray the bad impacts if the government team's proposal implement. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, This current status quo is enough to keep the awards and recognitions in the artistic and creative field. It's definitely okay to keep them since we also held another awarding events to other sections, and it also can help those artists to get more appreciation and not always being underestimated compared to other sections just because their passion is in art or creative field. Second point, I can't even imagine how chaotic it will be if the government's proposal implement artists who have always considered the award events such as Grammys and etc. as a motivation will lose something important for them and will cause anger that can lead into a chaos because they will feel jealous and being neglected or underestimated since the award for science, technology, or social science, etc., will still continue. Meanwhile, theirs are getting abolished. Ladies and gentlemen, by implementing the government proposal, perhaps the artists could be more out of the box since they don't have to catch up the awards categories. Meanwhile, our proposal sounds like we make arts as a competitions field as a place of comparison, but it's justified since our proposal didn't neglecting any stakeholders here, and we actually did not change the essential of art itself, and we can avoid the social conflicts that would happen if the awards and recognitions in artistic or creative fields gone. So we back to oppose.